guys, this is my server. I am lucky enough that my wife doesn't mind that it's in the room. She's really cool. It's so quiet you don't even hear it though, but I like looking at it. It's cool. I know it's weird, but whatever. You don't even hear it really at all right now. Probably what you're hearing is more my computer actually than the actual server itself. We do like to watch movies in bed, so that's kind of cool and stuff like that. But we got the UDM Pro here. I got Western Digital. I want to get a Synology NAS. I want to get a nice big one, but I'm using these. I've had these for a while when they first came out. These are the PR4100s. I have another 2100 PR up there. This is just for our phones. These are my 2-plex servers and stuff like that. I have Samsung 88.3 SSD, data center SSD in here. I have all Western Digital Golds and Ultra Stars, 8 terabytes, 2 terabytes, and 4 in these. I'm trying to add an old 2.5 inch drive laying around as a 2 terabyte. I was like, whatever, I'm not going to ever need this. I don't need 2 terabytes anymore. They're kind of useless to me unless they're SSDs, then they're not useless to me. But I just threw it in here. I wanted to see how long it could last, just for, doing videos or whatever, for my camera. I'm going to get more cameras soon, obviously. I have, this is going to be crazy, I have, for streaming, this is to the living room, to the NVIDIA Shield living room. This one is Cat 7. This is to the printer, Cat 7, I know, weird. These are, this one right here is to my Pi-hole. Where's my DNS? This is a Cat 8 cable to that. I have a Cat 8 cable. I got my modem right here. It's the Netgear one. They have a newer one they have a 2.5 gig port on it, and they have a new Dream Machine with 2.5 gig on it too. It's like, but that's fine. I'm getting a 1 gig connection. I have both these servers. Each one of these have 2 Cat 8 cables into it. I know it's like, oh, that's overkill. They're not even going to get that. It's just 1 gig connections on them. But I have 2 Cat 8 cables in both of these. 1 Cat 8 cable in my PR2100 up there. And they go in the back. I have an Asus 10 gigabit switch, the silver one, that has the 2 10 gigabit Ethernet ports on it. And then the rest are all 1 gigs. And that plugs into my 10 gig switch from Ubiquiti right here. So this one plug is all my media servers that goes into my 10 gig. So 10 gig back there, 10 gig here. So all those servers and stuff are just on one little port right here. I have what's it called? Aggregation on both of these. So these are set to aggregation. So to load balancing. Yes, I meant load balancing, not aggregation. Load balancing on them. So they have load balancing. So each one of these have 2 Cat 8s on it. I know you don't need Cat 8. Oh, it's overkill. But guess what? I don't care. Each of these cables are $11. I know how to terminate them. But they're such good cables from Cable Matters. They're just awesome. Blue, black, and yellow, they have them. So then the next down here, I have a Cat 8 to my computer right here. This goes to my computer. This is one of those comb or brush, I like to call, or hair, you could even say too, pass-through panels for the cables. I don't like I don't mind punching panels if they're Keystone. But I swear to God, I do not want any punch tool connections on any part of my network. On the walls, they have keystones that are RJ45 to RJ45. I just cannot deal. I just don't think they're reliable, and I just don't like them. I know, and you kind of waste the cable. I mean, if you think about it, if you have RJ45 in your wall and it goes into a keystone that has a female to female RJ45 in it, you can plug it in, plug anything in there out there. But let's say you get a device that you want to mount on that plate that's going to take over, like a Wi-Fi thing that you can plug in the wall or whatever. I don't have to cut the cable smaller, re-terminate it for RJ45 and put it in there. I just do it, especially with the Keystone Jacks panels. Those are awesome because you have HDMI, fiber, you have fiber keystones and stuff too. But I do not want to have. I see it in so many Sorry Guys server videos where their keystones are all punch-in on the back of it, and then they're doing their server redone, and they don't want to have to re-terminate the cables because then you have to cut them again. You can't just pull out the keystones and then just put them in. You got to re-punch them in again. So they pick the whole faceplate up and like, oh, got to bend it in to put it in my new server rack or this. With the keystones at that, I can put this out, unplug them all, boom, move the cable somewhere else, plug them back in again. I think that's way easier and way more reliable. And sometimes even when you punch in keystones, if you have a good cable tester, you can test the speed throughput. And even if the cable says, oh yeah, everything's good to go, sometimes, and I've tested them, you don't get the full speed sometimes. You punch them again, oh, there you go, now you're getting the full speed. It's like, well, it said it was passed already. How is it passed? You're not getting the full speed. So you got to test them out. And I always want to ensure with RJ45, I know it's a one-time test and go, so it's going to work great. So I just love RJ45, whatever, and fiber, and S&P Plus, gosh dang it, modules, or you can call them transceivers, either way. So this right here, I have my computer to this, then I have my switch down here, which is my 24-port Pro PoE Gen 2 switch. This can do 400 watts max, so I mean it's pretty overkill. I have my Wi-Fi 6 long range in it right now. I am going to be getting some cameras, but I want good cameras. I don't like the crappy ones or anything like that. They're not all crappy. Unify doesn't make crappy stuff anyway, so they're all good. But I want some really good cameras, and I'm not going to say they're not cheap. They're not cheap at Unify. They're expensive, but they're good cameras. And I got this switch too, mostly because I want to do reviews, but also it has PoE++, and a lot of the door access stuff, and their top, the PTZ camera that they have, their black one, that's $1,800. That one is PoE++, so you have to have, and PoE++ can run 60 to 100 watts of power on one switch. It's mostly just 60, but you can, I've seen places they can get 100 watts out of it too. But yeah, let's just say that it requires more power, and this does both. This has 8 PoE++ ports, and then this has regular PoE+ ports on it, 16 regular PoE+, and it's a total of 24 ports on this thing. And at most part, it was so cool that I had to get it too, because I'm not going to take 10 gig away. It has 10 gig SMP+ ports on it, so heck yeah, I was going to get that. So I have 10 gig going into the 10 gig switch right here that goes into the 10 gig LAN port on my UDM Pro right here. It does do, obviously, 10 gig WAN, but I don't have a 10 gig WAN connection or fiber 10 gig LAN connection, so there's no point of it right now. But I could have the option if I wanted to. But yeah, these cables right here they weren't cheap. I mean, they weren't cheap. These are OM5 fiber cables that I use. I know I could use direct copper, but I wanted to use OM5. So, you know what? I like fiber, and I think it's cool. I wanted to dab in a little bit, and yeah, I just did a run of these at my brother-in-law's house not too long ago from his shop to his house. We ran OM5 fiber. This is multi-mode fiber. OM5 multi-mode. OS would be single mode. But yeah, so we got OM5 fiber right here. That runs everything, runs it awesome. And I forgot to tell you, this Raspberry Pi is the 8 gig model. I went overkill for a Pi hole, but I was like, no, it's not overkill. I do that on all my stuff. I don't have problems. If you buy less than what you think you're going to need, you're always like, oh, I guess you don't want to upgrade then. I don't know how many times that people buy stuff and they always get, oh, this is good enough. And then, oh, I need to upgrade later. It's like, I'm telling you, get a little more than what you need. It never hurts, because trust me, it's always benefited me. I've never gotten screwed. I don't know how many times that the other people, well, if you would have bought the first one that cost this much, you wouldn't have to be buying another one to fix that. And then now you're spending more money than if you would have just bought the one. I see it so many times. It's just crazy. But then this is my triple line ISO power conditioner, and I think it has 3,000 something joules it has on it. I have all in the back. I have these plugs that aren't being used in the back. Same with the Ethernet, the SMP Plus. These came with built-in ones, but I bought these ones separately for all the RJ45 ports that I'm not using. They're just covers to keep the dust out and everything like that. So all my UDM Pro underneath here has them on, and over here on my 10 gig switch, I bought some more because it only had some for the SMP Plus modules right here. It had covers for them, but not for the RJ45. So I got those. Over here we have my Cyber Power, so it handles about 900 watts. But yeah, it's awesome. It works great. I'm not even exceeding the load right now, so with this off, let's see, 100, 120 minutes, 140, 120 minutes, but kind of fluctuates. Like if I turn this off, yep, 120 minutes. So I have 120 minutes of power that'll keep it on for. But yeah, I mean, everything works great. I just did a demonstration right there. I know I shouldn't have. It's not going to do it all the time, but I'm just checking it out. Everything's working. It'll kick on here in a minute. 3, 2, 1. There it goes. So now it's on, and now it's recharging the battery in here. I can hear that it's recharging the battery. But yeah, this is a good one. The nice thing is, I really wanted this is, I can take it out and take this out and put new batteries, or even better batteries than it comes with. So that's what's cool. Most people with, oh my gosh, I can't even think of it, UPSs, they throw them out if the batteries are bad, and they don't know that you can replace the batteries and get better ones. So you might be able to find some online. This is a brand new one though I bought. So yeah, I like it. It works great. You can cycle through all the different events. It does have a Ethernet a card adapter you have to buy for the back of it. I bought it and I was like, you know what? I don't really need it for the features. It was like $150, and I was like, yeah, I don't need that. But yeah, this is my server setup right here, and this is right here. This section is my LAN. Not my LAN. Sorry, this is my WAN for my internet, where my internet comes in. Cat 8 goes into my Netgear modem right here. I forget which modem this one is. It was the best one last year before their newest one came out. This is the one without the phone lines in it because I don't need phone lines, and I'm running Comcast at my place. But yeah, so I have 1 gig connection. Sucks that I only get 40 up, but I get 945 down. But you have to have fiber, but you have to have a business to have the fiber run, and then AT&T fiber in this area is in the older section, but it's not in the newer section, so I can't use that. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, so these are how everything's running. It runs really well. Temperatures aren't, get hot at all, and you barely even hear anything at all. I mean, like, literally, it's not loud at all. It's pretty cool. Yeah, please like, comment, subscribe. More videos are coming. Hope you guys are having a rock and rolling day, and peace out.